Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest 2A propaganda. Hey everybody, I just caught a terrorist, is something no TSA agent has ever said, ever.
Not now, not never.
But they do catch idiots who bring guns in their carry-ons all the time. They're usually just dumb people who forgot there was a gun in their bag or used somebody else's luggage, but if there's no intent, they usually don't catch federal charges. And again, every now and then they come across a Morontron 5000 who is so stupid they intentionally tried to smuggle a gun past the folks whose only job is to find weapons.
I did not think this through.
In a cardboard box full of Legos. Now, to be fair, the TSA finds less than 1/3 of the weapons passed through in training exercises, so odds are in your favor if you try it, but the feds have advanced interrogation techniques, such as noticing that you changed your story. Besides, you are allowed to bring your gun in checked baggage, so why even risk sneaking it through security? Then again, if you're dumb enough to think X-rays can't find a gun in a Black Panther Lego set, maybe you're dumb enough not to know you can just check your gun. And I mean the old school 1980s plain two-dimensional X-ray machines would have seen this plain as day. The new ones that model everything in 3D and analyze relative densities will highlight the damn thing in predator vision for even the dumbest federal button pusher.
Intercepted a disassembled gun parts found in his carry-on bag. Agents say the parts were concealed in a boot inside of a Lego box below a sock.
But it would be impossible for us to produce quality 2A propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Vortex. The new Defender line features a constant on emitter with no flicker and shake awake, so it is always ready. The Defender CCW is impressively compact for daily carry, the ST is just a little bit larger, and the XL is an absolute beast with one of the largest windows available on a micro red dot.
We've been running their new Defender line of red dots hard since before launch. They found a home on all of our guns, whether for concealment, competition, or anything in between. They're rugged, packed with features, and they flat out perform. With the CCW, ST, and XL, there's a dot for you. And let's not forget their no questions asked VIP warranty that covers just about anything.
And by Hydra. The Mark 15 Hydra is the most versatile black rifle platform the industry has ever seen. The most you'll ever need to convert calibers is a barrel, a bolt, and a magazine well. And by TNVC. In case you haven't noticed, it's dark half the time on this planet, so unless you got shiny eyes like Riddick, you're gonna need TNVC so you can keep tabs on Man Bear Pig while he's shooting dice with chupacabras in your front yard. A police officer shot at another cop in a road rage incident Saturday night in the Chirac suburb Blue Island. Both cops were off duty. The shooter works for the Blue Island PD and the other cop works for Chicago. He did not shoot back. Nobody got hurt, but then again, nobody got charged either, so far as I know, as I record this.
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't, and this time, legal.
But what does that have to do with gun rights? Well, you might expect me to use this as the tee up for another jab at the only one's professional enough crowd, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that this time around. I just want to take a moment to remind you, as a public service announcement, if you carry a gun, it is your responsibility to de-escalate and disengage if someone is upset with you.
Your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Not because of any legal duty to retreat, but because you're not psycho and you don't want to take a life. And because getting in a shooting risks your safety and freedom. It is very likely to result in a ton of hassle and legal bills as a positive outcome, with decades in prison as a worst case. Well, for you and me anyway. Apparently, cops can just bust caps in traffic and it's like protected speech or something, I don't know.
We'll just not talk about it.
Yeah, but Jesus!
Remember Timmy Turbo Fudd finger furiously with that fouling firearm?
What did he just say?
The merciless ridicule he suffered for trying his bestest to look manly really hurt his feelings, so in a desperate attempt to salvage his manly reputation, he went on the manliest television show he could think of. The View.
Right now, right-wingers are coming after you for how you handle your shotgun.
Well, I can shoot better than all of them. I guarantee. I got the trophies to prove it.
Well, if he could get down off his high horse and come over here, I'm just playing. He probably is a better shotgunner than I am. Governor, if it helps you feel any manlier, I will publicly concede you are a better shot than I am. But then again, if I paid $3,000 for a shotgun, I'd probably know how to unload it. After the Dagobah system passed a permitless carry bill, the New Orleans Police Department seized fewer guns.
Duh.
In other news, researchers discovered gorillas hate air horns. Like, how in Castle Grayskull is this even news? Of course there are fewer arrests for the thing that shouldn't have been illegal in the first place. But this reporter has the audacity to act as though not only is this news, it's somehow bad. He didn't bother to interview anybody for this article other than some professor at Dillard who whimpered, "The use of guns has to be visible for law enforcement to do something about it, and that could lead to even more gun violence."
Stupid policy that makes tools illegal.
This jackass is seriously lamenting that cops can't arrest people for not committing a crime. And yeah, I did notice that B was missing from the sentence. I'm gonna go with that was just a dumbass reporter doing a typo rather than an illiterate professor who can't talk. Maybe I'm wrong. So they caught that loser who did a public shooty shoot in Alabama back in September, and it turns out he had long enjoyed his hobby of criming and was currently on probation for 2 counts of attempted red rum.
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Having served only 2 years in prison. He had many other charges and just generally found himself completely incapable of following any rules, even getting in trouble for removing his ankle monitor.
Even if you do somehow manage to make good decisions.
The dude was an absolute barbarian out there rampaging like a madman, and the court system kept letting him out. He is the perfect example of the real cause of violence in this country. The vast majority of violent crime is perpetrated by a man who was previously arrested for a violent crime. Often, they're released with or without bond, and it's before their first trial that they go and do another violence, and this time they put somebody in the forever box. Often, they plead a multi-year sentence down to a few months, but hey, at least when they get out, they'll be felons and they won't be able to buy guns, right? Right?
No, I just bought this baby cash.
Well, sure, except that what it really means is they won't be able to get a job. Getting a gun is super easy.
Look here, it's the easiest thing in the world.
If we want to solve America's violence problem, we have to stop letting violent people have access to peaceable people. And now, for your moment of Zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you American pew? Low price of free. We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you.